What's up, YouTube? I'm Original Asherella, and this is Onion Tea, episode 9. If you've been following along with everything that's been going on with the Onision investigation, Chris Hansen, all that, you know that Hansen does a Wednesday night live stream, and last night he had on Dr. Lisa Strohman. She is a psychiatrist or psychologist with a really long list of credentials. She's an expert on, victims of online abuse, among many other things. I thought her interview was super fascinating, and I'm going to give a few thoughts on that. Now, we're talking about Onion Man, aka Onision, or Greg Jackson, James Jackson, whatever he's deciding to go by today. But one of the things that I personally loved about last night's stream is that Hansen had on a female doctor that was so qualified to speak about this situation. It doesn't, Onion may claim that he supports equality regardless of gender or sexual identity and things like that, but his actions don't portray that. And he's a misogynist. It doesn't matter what he's said, it matters what he's done. And the fact remains that Onion Man has engaged in some super misogynistic behavior for years and years now. So you know that he was watching. You know that he always watches. And I know that it was a personal punch to the gut that this super qualified female was speaking about him on the stream last night. And basically she just confirmed everything we've all been saying about Onion Man, that that he's disturbed, that he is and she said she hasn't done a full psychiatric evaluation of him, but as far as she can tell that he definitely is displaying sociopathic behavior. One of Dr. Strohman's, one of the things she said last night in the stream that really stood out to me was that she said that she found it very disturbing, the lack of true, authentic emotion that Onision portrayed. And I think we can all agree with that. Even when he's pretending to care or, any type of emotion, it's all very obviously just an act. He speaks on Onion Man and how it is very likely that he is losing or has lost a grip or a grasp on reality, and because of everything he does is so scripted. And I think that is true. I think that Onion over the years has built himself up in his own mind so high that the rules of regular society and reality in general, they don't apply to him. That's what he thinks. I genuinely think he thought he would be able to do what he's been doing and continue to do that forever without consequence. So he talks about how, there are multiple victims of Onion and Kai for multiple reasons, and I think that is so scary that, they didn't just develop one specific way of manipulating these people. They used what worked to get them what they wanted. They fine-tuned these different manipulation tactics and way to draw these girls into their lives for, their own amusement, entertainment, and pleasure. Hansen has mentioned several times since this investigation started that a lot of what Onion and Kai have been doing are so similar to people that start cults and manipulate people in that way. And the doctor says that, yes, absolutely, that they had been using so many of the same tactics to draw people in that cult leaders use to draw people in. She does state that she doesn't think that that is what they were running, necessarily a traditional cult, but she does confirm that a lot of their techniques and tactics in drawing people in, attracting people to them, are so much like the cult leaders and people who successfully formed cults. one of the last things I want to discuss about last night's Take a Seat with Chris Hansen is when Dr. Strohman was discussing how not only does Onion Man victim blame and victim shame in his videos, he also tries to victimize himself. He tries to make himself the victim, and we know that, you know, and it's just was really refreshing to have like a licensed professional like give their professional opinion regarding this, because it gives our argument even more strength. But Onion has always tried to make himself look like a victim and the victim in any scenario ever. Anytime he is ever called out, criticized, or critiqued by anyone ever, he has never apologized or even tried to defend what he was doing. He automatically goes to like, why they're a bad person and he is a good person, or he is a victim of that person that is calling him out. And he doesn't care about anybody but himself. He doesn't even really care about Kai. And in his videos where he says, if there are any victims here, it's Kai. They're the one, you know, that's the true victim. He doesn't mean that. He doesn't really mean that. He just says that because for people to try to get sympathy, to further try to make himself look like the victim. He does it for the sympathy and to try to up the victim card. Like, we know what you're doing, Onion. Like, you're not as good at what you're doing as you think you are. And the more people that are watching, the more people see through you. Yeah, that was like, that is what I hate most. It's like, he won't even take responsibility for the shitty things that he's done. I thought it was very funny that she mentions in all of the videos that she's seen of Onion defending himself and breaking down that she has never seen a tear. If he's claiming to be like, you know, so genuinely upset and feeling about this situation. I really enjoyed last night's Take a Seat with Chris Hansen and everything that Dr. Lisa Strohman had to say. One thing that I hated to hear, but is a fact in itself, is that all of his victims, you know, this is not something you get over. The damage that Onion has done, that Onion and Kai have done to these people, you know, is lifelong. Like, it's always going to be a part of them. They'll never be able to totally shake that abuse. And I just think that these girls are so strong and so brave. And, you know, she says there's not a, like, Men in Black wand that you can just, like, click and memories be forgotten. Like, I know that we would all love an Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind type of reality. I know there are definitely some things in my past that I would love to forget. But, you know, what Onion and Kai have done to these girls, it's something they're going to have to live with forever. And, you know, I'm sure with time they will, you know, get stronger and have better coping skills and techniques, but he has damaged them permanently. And he needs to be punished for that, if nothing else. Like, they are permanently affected by this person's behavior. These two people. And there has to be consequences. Well, I guess that is it for this episode of Onion Tea here on Original Astrorella. If you haven't been watching Hansen's streams, I highly suggest that you start. They are fascinating. I think they have shed a lot of light on who Onion and Kai are as people. You know, to think that some people can be so despicable and then so kind of oblivious to how bad they are. I don't know. It's, you know what I mean though, right? We need to stop people like this. We need to keep talking about Onion and Kai. They're victims until they see some real world consequences for their behavior. They have permanently affected the lives of these girls. They have permanently done damage to the lives of young people. They need to be stopped. Anybody online that is participating in this type of behavior that is permanently doing damage to young people need to be stopped. We need Onion off of YouTube. Don't forget, hashtag deplatform predators. We need to keep talking about it. We need to keep spreading awareness. But like I said, that's all for today. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Every time a new person hits the subscribe button on this video, a YouTuber named Original Asherella has an improvement in her self-esteem for no additional cost or any extra money. You can hit the thumbs up, like, and the notification bell that will dramatically improve her standings in the YouTube algorithm. You can help her out today, so don't forget and do it today. But yeah, guys, always tap in, never tap out, and keep on onion slaying like a motherfucking Saiyan.